Okay. Things have shifted into panic mode. It is August 7th and I have 12 days left to finish my collection. Most of my dresses are finished, but not all of them. True to his word, Caine's been helping me out now and then. Sarah is unfortunately out of commission due to her cold. When it comes to the situation with Thomas and Chelsea, things have been quiet on that front. I'm not even sure if Chelsea will be coming to Fashion Week or not. In fact, she kind of ran out without paying for her ticket. But I digress. I've got other things to worry about, such as finding models at the very last minute and wrapping up my collection. Oh god, what am I even doing to myself? How am I going to find models? I groan out loud, raking my hands through my long hair. Even when I'm in bed, I can't stop thinking about all of the things I still have to plan. I need to get some extra fabric. I've run out of dark blue thread in the model situation. I can't sleep at all. Which is why I noticed the screen of my cell phone light up. I've got a text message. I was friggin' starving, so I ate, sorry. You still awake? Yeah, I can't sleep. There's so much on my mind. Anything I can do to help out? Nah, you've done enough. The best thing you can do right now is get my mind off of fashion. Should I tell you a joke? Sure. They recently opened a restaurant on the moon, but all the reviews complained it has no atmosphere. I can't help but snicker. That was so bad. Hahaha, that sucked. Got another one. I'm googling them right now. The sun didn't need to get brighter by going to college. It already had 1,000,000 degrees. Pfft, these are so corny. You really love space stuff, don't you? Sorry. I can see you using cheesy space pickup lines as well. You're so attractive, I can't stop orbiting you. You even added the winky face. The sky would be empty if a star would fall every time I think of you. Oh, that one is cute. Are you the sun? You make me feel warm and you shine so bright. I know he's joking, but it somehow feels like he's actually saying them to me. They're definitely cheesy and stupid, but it's like my heart can't tell the difference and wells up with a warm glow. All I want in this universe is you. Haha, alright, I think that's enough space flirting. Did they work? Did what? The pickup lines. What do you mean? Sorry, I suck. I don't know how to flirt. A blush creeps onto my face. He was trying to flirt for real. Oh my lord. I didn't think you were being serious. Never mind. If you want to know, you can just, I don't know, show me a cute picture of yourself. No picture of me is ever cute. That's not true. I think you're very cute. Send me a selfie. What? No, I suck at selfies. Oh, it's just a selfie and it'll be gone in a few seconds. You're really persistent, you know that? Only when I want something. You really want to see me that bad? Kinda, yeah. No dick pics though. CAINE doesn't respond anymore after our rapid back and forth, but then my phone vibrates and I've received a picture from CAINE. Oh, he did it. Wow. My heart thumps loudly. I was expecting a picture of his face, but CAINE's naked torso is in full view on my phone. He's lying in bed. It's dark, but I can still manage to make out his face, half obscured by his hand. Holy hell. He's hot. My thumb glides over the screen where the picture ends right near his. The picture closes on itself. It's been deleted by Snappic. No, I was enjoying that. There, you saw me. Your turn. Alright, fair is fair. I lift the phone above my head. Unlike the idiot I am, it slips from my hand and drops on my face. That hurt. I silently cry out in pain at my own stupidity, contemplating my life choices. Gripping the phone in my hand tighter this time, I try to take a selfie again. Thinking about how CAINE's going to see this has got me self-conscious, so I try to find the best angle. I'm in my nightgown as well, so this is going to look very provocative. Maybe I should just do one of my face and nothing below. To hell with it. I want to show off my body to CAINE. I raise the phone high enough in the air to capture everything up to my waist. If it's only going to last for like 3 seconds, it's fine. I turn my face a little and give a seductive smile. I press the button. There, the picture was taken. I checked to see CAINE's reaction. I wanted to look at it longer. I'm not saying that. You're so hot. Whoosh, there goes my cheeks again, fully ablaze. I want another. No way, I'm blushing. I can't show my face like this. No, it's 1 for 1. Fine. We should try and sleep. Hope I managed to take your mind off of things. You did, thanks. Good night. Good night. I assume he said good night. Eureka! I am one kick-ass designer. All 10 dresses are finally finished. Through blood, sweat, and tears, and sometimes being a potato, I finished my work. There's literally only 3 days left until the show. The models have been picked out as well. Thankfully, I managed to nab some amateurs that were willing to work on such short notice. All they hear is Fashion Week, and they sign up blindly. I sit down on my chair, completely exhausted. I need to take pictures of my work and upload it to Daisy Dots. I haven't posted anything in forever. Gleeful and proud of my own work, I start snapping pictures of each dress on a mannequin. Nothing can bring me down, not even that Menenemy troll, though he hasn't been active in a while. I quickly create a thread and post all my pictures in it. The old me would have waited around to check the replies, but the new me isn't as concerned about compliments anymore. Instead, I want to show off my work to CAINE. I haven't seen him in the past couple of days. Oops, I don't know what I said. I spam CAINE with all the pictures I just took. Wow, holy hell, you woke me up with all that vibrating my phone was doing. Oh, I'm sorry. They look great, honestly. I even like the black and white one. Thanks. Why were you sleeping? It's like 7 PM. Oh, I'm sick. I think I must have got a fever or something. Must have come from Sarah. What? Why didn't you tell me? Because you're busy with work and I didn't want to distract you. I don't mind at all. It's fine, I can take care of myself. As much as he says he's fine, I don't want him to be all alone, sick at home with a fever, so I decide to head out and visit CAINE. Good idea. Nothing can possibly go wrong. I grab a few things at Boone Mart, stuff like soup, fruit, and even toilet paper. It feels a bit strange when I don't see him working. With a small bag of items in my hand, I head on over to CAINE's apartment. Half an hour later, I arrive at CAINE's apartment and I knock on his door. The bag swings back and forth as I wait. I'm feeling anxious for some reason. I hope CAINE is alright and he didn't start throwing up or anything. There's some commotion going on inside, and I can hear footsteps coming closer until the door opens up. And everyone, dominant. I know there are different ways to be dominant and not like stereotypical, I'm the CEO and you have to sign a contract and I'm a mega rich billionaire type of deal who like never shows his emotions or whatever, or never gets embarrassed. But isn't that so fucking boring? Like, are you not bored by a man whose only emotions are like horny and angry? These men these fairy tale men, ugh, no, these like fantasy men that people enjoy these books on, which I don't personally understand. I'm not judging your decisions here. I'm just saying I don't understand because there doesn't seem to be that much variation. There's no like, I don't know, there's no like soft moments. You know what I mean? I don't know. I like these soft moments where a man who doesn't usually like to be vulnerable, you make him blush or you make him be vulnerable. That's fun. Getting under their skin. Fun. CAINE's bedhead pops up. Sorry, that was a tangent. CAINE's bedhead pops up first, and I see the rest of him, his slightly flushed face and his rather adorable shark pajamas. You're not pizza, he drawls out in a raspy voice. Hey, I greet him with a smile. Nice jammies, I say with a chuckle. CAINE's eyes grow wide in realization. They're cute. Then he slams the door in my face. What? How rude. I knock on the door again, loudly. Inside I can hear CAINE running around doing who knows what. CAINE, don't just shut me out. Let me in. I brought food. The door opens again and CAINE, looking out of breath, steps aside this time to let me in. He's got some clothes on this time, having gotten rid of his shark pajamas. Didn't realize you were coming, he says while taking deep breaths. It's polite to tell someone. I walk inside, immediately seeing the amount of pizza boxes has increased since the last time I was here. He hasn't been eating healthy at all. I walk over towards the kitchen counter, but end up stepping on something with my foot. It's a bunch of school books. CAINE hurries over and gathers them from the floor, stuffing them into his shoulder bag. He sniffs and wipes his nose when he's done and looks at me. His face is redder than normal and he's got bags under his eyes. He doesn't look too well. At least the bruises have finally disappeared. This is what always like... It's always like... weirds me out, because people are always like, oh my god, you can see like their bags under their eyes. They haven't slept in like years. Or like, they're ill, they have bags under their eyes. Like, do you not just have permanent bags under your eyes? Are you just, are all these people just lucky? They've been blessed with good sleeping habits? Must be nice. At least the bruises have finally disappeared. I brought you some things I thought you might need while you're sick, I say and hold out the bag for him. CAINE accepts the bag from me, taking a quick look inside. Toilet paper, he says dully. You never know when you run out, haha, I say sheepishly. Brought you some food too. Thanks, he says. He places the bag on the kitchen counter. I ordered pizza though. Of course he did. That's alright, you can eat the stuff I bought tomorrow instead. CAINE gestures towards his unmade bed. You can sit here if you want, he says. His voice is still raspy and deep. It sounds so strange on him, kind of more masculine actually. I seat myself on the edge of his bed and it's kind of making me uncomfortable. It's like I'm expecting something now I'm here alone with CAINE. I'm getting off track here. CAINE's sick. I shouldn't be thinking perverted thoughts. Yeah, you shouldn't. How are you feeling? I decide to ask. CAINE wraps his arms around his body and his gaze lands upon the floor. I'm alright. I don't need you babying me. I roll my eyes. I'm not babying you. I figured it would be nice if someone was there to care for you while you're sick. Come sit down. You need to rest and shouldn't move around so much. I pat on the mattress next to me. CAINE gives me a frightened look, then shakes his head. I don't want you getting sick too. Oh, don't be so dramatic. Not heeding his warning, I reach to grab CAINE's arm and pull him closer until he stumbles forwards with a yelp. I force him to sit down on the mattress. Pleased with myself, I give him a grin. You want me to tuck you in too? I joke. CAINE glares at me, but only succeeds in looking ridiculously cute. I chuckle softly, which only makes him even more irritated. Did you come here to make fun of me, or... He snaps at me. I'm sorry, but those shark pajamas kind of make fun of themselves already, I say with a laugh. CAINE gets up from the bed with blood rushing to his head even more. He's embarrassed. How cute. Okay, out with you, he yells, but his voice breaks up in the middle of it, and it sounds more like a squeak instead. It's hard to take him seriously like this. I'm joking, I'm only joking, I say, trying to stifle my laughter. Sit down, sit down. I don't have the energy to put up with this, CAINE says as he reluctantly sits down again. He's still sporting red cheeks. How's your temperature? I ask, and I move closer to him, placing my hand on his forehead. His skin is blazing hot to the touch, and he gives me this blank and wide-eyed stare. Oh, this doesn't look good at all. His fever is really high. I'm alright, I told you. It's just a fever. CAINE bashfully pulls away from my hand and slightly twists his body from me. Are you drinking enough? I ask as I sit closer to him again. I'm worrying too much about him. CAINE glances at me with judging eyes, and he scoots away to the end of the small bed. He's hugging his arms like he's in some sort of defensive position. Stop getting so close or I'm going to get you sick. You've got a show to run, don't you? It's okay, I have a strong immune system, I say confidently. CAINE snorts at me, which gives him a drippy nose full of snot, so he hurriedly gets up from the bed to find a tissue to wipe it off. I try my best not to laugh. I'm not going to listen to your complaints when you're sick in bed as well, says CAINE while he blows his nose. You can feed me while I'm in bed. Treat me like a queen. I raise my eyebrows at him suggestively. Huh, he huffs. CAINE throws his used tissue into the trash can. You know that's not what I'll be doing when you're in bed. A counterattack. I didn't expect it. I end up blushing slightly. Oh no, flashbacks are popping into my head from that night of us in bed. His skin felt feverish back then too, but for a whole different reason. This conversation is treading into dangerous territory. If you're not feeling well to do it yourself, why don't I clean up your place? I suggest, changing the subject. No, that's all. I ignore CAINE's reply and I start grabbing the soda cans from the desk, cleaning off the area so he's actually able to use his laptop. My fingers hover over the keyboard to grab a piece of wrapping paper, but suddenly... CAINE races towards the desk, slams the laptop shut, then pulls me away by my wrist, making me drop the can on the floor. What? I ask, confused. Was there something on his laptop he didn't want me to see? CAINE awkwardly releases his hold on my wrist once he notices how long he's been touching me, and he guiltily hangs his head down. Wordlessly, he picks up the can from the floor. You were watching porn, weren't you? I say accusingly. CAINE's cheeks along with his ears turn bright red this time as he crushes the can in his hands. What? No, he immediately yells out. I can't help but grin at him. I poke his cute little red cheek. You were so watching porn. Stop, I wasn't. Cain bats my finger away. It's okay, you're a growing young man with needs, I say with a wide, toothy grin. Valkii, he yells at me. Cain's face resembles a nice tomato by now, so even though he's trying to appear threatening to me, he looks anything but, especially since he's also got a runny nose. He's far from threatening or intimidating. He's like a poor little lamb, completely innocent and defenseless. I'm unable to let the opportunity slip away to tease him mercilessly. I have to. I just hope that... I take a breather to steady my laughter. It didn't involve sharks. I burst into laughter. Cain remains silent as I gasp for air from laughing too much. It's just priceless, completely priceless. I should take a picture to commemorate this moment, and then set it as my wallpaper so I can forever be reminded of the day I teased Cain until his head exploded into a million different colours. Oh no, it's this music again. The air is pushed out of my lungs when all of a sudden Cain's tackled me out of nowhere. Our bodies crash onto the bed behind me. Cain is sprawled on top of me, but then he raises his body to loom over mine. I blink up at him, my laughter having died instantly, and instead it's been replaced by a racing heartbeat. His warm hands are on my shoulders and they're shaking. It's making my entire body tremble. His eyes are dead serious as he looks into my own. I thought tackling was my thing, I say breathlessly. Cain's fingers press harder into my shoulders, preventing me from escaping his hold. It's time for me to be on top, he grunts. I lick my lips, a heat firing up inside of me. My rational thoughts are slipping. For a small moment of time, we're both quiet, only sinking deeper into the mattress. Cain's lush lips are parted. He's breathing through them irregularly. Then he slowly starts to lean down towards my face. My heart jumps into my throat. We haven't kissed since that time in my workroom. I'd be lying if I said it hasn't been tormenting me every day. The itch to touch Cain, to press my mouth against his. Now that we're finally here... And then a droplet of snot falls from Cain's nose, landing onto my cheek. Ew, Cain, gross! I turn my face away, squeezing my eyes shut. Get off me! I push Cain off with full force. He falls off the bed without a sound. I quickly start rubbing away the icky snot from my face with his blanket. Cain's puffy hair pops up at the end of the bed. He's looking disgruntled and annoyed, but is still extremely red in the face. That's what you get, he says childishly. Then he wipes his nose again with his sleeve. Don't tease me. There's no reason to rub your snot all over my face, I talk back. That wasn't intentional, Cain mumbles under his breath. He leans with his back against his bed and sighs loudly. Now I feel a little bad for teasing him this much. He is sick and has a fever after all. I shouldn't be trying to raise his temperature even more. And I definitely should not be trying to lead this into something more than a simple sick visit. In fact, he should be resting. I sit down normally on the mattress and reach out for Cain's messy red hair with my hand. Cain tenses up at my touch as my fingers push through his thick hair. I lean down my body to whisper into his ear. Sorry, please get well soon. I gently ruffle his hair. I give him one last scratch before I pull my hand away, except Cain stops me. He places his own hand on top of mine. Don't stop, he says softly. I smile gently at him, and my fingers return to grazing through his hair, touching and massaging his head. Cain rolls his head along with my touch, then he leans forward, exposing the nape of his neck. My fingers trail down his red hair until I reach his neck, where I draw circles with my index finger. It's making the hair on the back of his neck stand up straight with goosebumps. Oh, I didn't realize Cain was so inclined to like being rubbed on his head and neck. It seems to be a sensitive spot. We seemed to like it when we were doing his hair before, so it makes sense. I continue to run my fingers up and down. My nails sometimes scrape over his hot skin. In a way, this seems kind of sensual, doesn't it? Well, at least it's not sexual. I smile to myself as I silently continue to play with Cain's hair and massage his skin. I'm so sorry. I can feel a lock of hair sticking out near his ear. His bedhead is rather adorable. I tug on the lock of hair, trying to straighten it out and tuck it behind his ear. Cain leans towards my hand, shifting his body a bit, so my fingers slide across his cheek instead. They're really hot. I should probably get a small towel and wet it with cold water to cool him down. He closes his eyes and he snuggles his face into my hand with a satisfying sigh. My heart thumps against my chest. Cain is too cute. This isn't good for my heart. There's a loud knock on the door that interrupts us. Cain's eyes fly wide open in alert. Pizza, he says as he scrambles to get up and open the door. It's the pizza delivery guy this time for real. I smile after him. Maybe I should help him out and clean up this place while he's busy playing the delivery guy. I walk over to his desk again and I stare at the laptop. It's awakening my curiosity. Cain really didn't want me to see what was on there, and I have a sneaking suspicion it's porn. My fingers reach for the lid to pry it open. I know it's invading his privacy, but I really want to know. The blinding light of the laptop shines into my eyes as I open it up. That'll be $8.99, says the delivery man. I look at the screen, expecting some kind of video to be paused, but it's nothing like that, actually. He seems to have been browsing a website, and I recognize it instantly. It's the forum I moderate, Daisy Dots. I frown. Why does CAINE know about this website? Did he get it from Kevin? I scroll through the thread he was reading and come across a picture of one of my dresses. Oh, it's the thread I posted like an hour ago with my collection. That's cute. He was actually looking at my work. I can't help but smile. How did he find out about it, though? But my smile falters when I notice he's actually signed in on an account. Oh no. CAINE's a member of the forum. He's logged in under the username Menenemy628. My brain stops working. The front door closes. I'm frozen on the spot. My blood has run cold. Hey, you want a pieces? CAINE's suddenly behind me, slamming his laptop shut again. Why did you look? He yells at me. I can't say anything. I'm still completely caught off guard. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't you have any sort of decency? Don't just snoop around on another man's laptop. CAINE? CAINE? He's an enemy? Did you see? He asks, his voice on edge. No, 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 no. I can feel tears well up in my eyes and I cover my mouth in shock. Fuck. It's him, the troll, the one that's been harassing me and telling me to kill myself. It was you? I ask, staring at him flabbergasted. You're an enemy. CAINE is the troll. CAINE, the man I'm in love with. You shouldn't have looked, he yells. Is that really the fucking issue right now? I'm going to throw up. How do you breathe again? I turn away from him and rush over towards the door, fiddling around with the handle to open it. All of my instincts are screaming at me to get out of here. I open the door and run out, not even bothering to look back. My whole world has come crashing down on me. Dun, dun, dun. It's one of the things I definitely remember. Oh shit, I'm so sorry if that was loud. Numb. I'm numb. I can barely sleep at night even though my mind is empty. I've lost my appetite, but it just doesn't bother me. It just is. There's a bunch of missed calls on my cell phone. I've turned it off, just like how I've shut off my own emotions. Going anywhere near my computer fills me with anxiety. I avoid it. I avoid it like I avoid spring cleaning. It plagues my mind every second of the day. I run the messages through my head over and over again. You sham. You'll never be good enough. You're trash. Kill yourself. Those were the words CAINE wrote to me under the guise of me. Okay, I was just wondering if I was saying that right. Probably not, but whatever. I'm still in denial, yet it fits so perfectly. CAINE has never followed the rules. I knew that from the moment I met him. Stealing from stores without any regard to authority, being crude and crass without caring how his words might impact someone else. I knew it all along, but for some reason I never thought I'd be the recipient of his bad side. He'd never steal from me. He'd never hurt me on purpose. That's what I foolishly believed. Okay. Yep. Okay. I have like 2 points to make here. So if you're in like a relationship or you have a friend or whatever who says you're special and that they do treat you differently than they do everyone else, that won't last. That won't last. You are not special. And their ire will eventually turn on you when you do something they don't like. And also, CAINE is a massive hypocrite, but I guess we knew this, because he yelled at Chelsea for hurting him, just because, you know, she was being abused and then she decided to abuse someone else. Sorry, I got a message on my phone, but he was doing the exact same thing. He was taking his anger out on other people. So, like, I don't actually remember how he how he makes up for this. So. And now the ugly truth is staring at me right from the abyss. CAINE is a hateful human being. My heart aches so much. I fell in love with him, but now I know his secret. I'm repulsed. This is CAINE, the real CAINE. How is he in any way different from his former bullies? I defended him so adamantly against Thomas and Chelsea. I stood up for what I thought was right. But it turns out he was just like them, seeking the thrill of hurting another person. He knew it was me too. Why else would he be outraged at me looking at his laptop? That's the worst part of it all. He knew it was me all along. Well, maybe not all along. I don't actually remember. Well, actions have consequences, CAINE. I need time to process this. Tomorrow is the 19th. I'm attending Fashion Week. The collection is ready. There's nothing left for me to do except wait. I want to be excited, but I feel nothing at all. The world has looked so gloomy this past week. Hello? Have you gone deaf? Huh? I turn my head towards the entrance. Sarah and Kevin have entered the store. What's up with you? She asks accusingly. You haven't replied to any of my messages and I can't reach your cell. Cast my eyes down towards the counter. My phone has been off. I'm too scared to turn it on. I've gone dark on social media. I turned it off, I answer honestly. Sarah walks up to the counter. Valkii, what happened? She asks, concerned. Did something happen to one of your dresses? Kevin asks. I shake my head. No, it's not that. I trail off. Then what? Sarah sounds impatient. Taking a deep breath, it's CAINE. Both of their eyes widen. I've gotten their attention. Did something happen to CAINE? Is that guy at it again? Kevin looks like he's ready for anything. It honestly makes my heart drop down into my stomach. No, nothing happened to CAINE. I bite down on my lips. CAINE's done something to me instead. What's he done to make you want to avoid him? How to explain? Do I even want to explain? Sarah and Kevin look so worried, but telling them would mean facing my reality. I twiddle my fingers, unsure how to start. Do you remember that website, Daisy Dots? I ask. Kevin nods, but Sarah looks a little lost. It's a website for hobbyists, mostly sewing. Anyways, a few months ago there was a member who would post nasty messages to me, trashing my work and telling me to go kill myself. I shrug. Just some online troll, right? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, says Kevin. I give him a wry smile. For a moment, I thought the troll was you. What, me? He looks shocked. Sarah snorts loudly with laughter. Kevin, a troll? In what universe? He can't even complain to the waiter that his hot meal was served cold, and he ate it without any comments, Sarah points out. Kevin blushes slightly. Did you have to say that out loud? Well, when I mentioned Daisy Dots, you acted a little suspicious, like you didn't want me to find out who you were, I say. Kevin rubs the back of his neck. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I'm not the troll, but I was a little embarrassed. Embarrassed of what? He looks down at his feet. It sounds silly, but people think I'm a girl on there. Sarah whips her head around, completely flabbergasted at this reveal. You're catfishing. No, it's not that. Well, this is a turn of events. Members would frequently refer to me as she or her, and I just kind of rolled with it. I was too shy to correct them. It is true that most members are women, so people will automatically use she/her pronouns for members, but we've got other genders as well. I chuckle slightly. This is also stupid in hindsight. Kevin didn't want me finding out who he was, but not for the reason I suspected. I could never write hateful comments to you, he says in a serious tone. But CAINE did. There, I said it. There's a second of silence as they both process it. CAINE, repeats Kevin. The troll. It was CAINE. He brings a hand to his mouth and gasps. Sarah looks completely confused on the other hand. Wait, so you're saying this troll was sending you hate messages, but it was CAINE all along? Now it makes sense, Kevin exclaims loudly. Huh? What does? I ask. You didn't see? See what? I have no idea what Kevin is talking about. The post! He left a goodbye post! Oh, it makes so much more sense knowing it was CAINE. Post? I look at him quizzically. So you really haven't seen it? Okay, can someone tell me what's going on? I'm so confused, Sarah complains. Kevin whips out his phone and quickly swipes his finger across the screen. A few seconds later, he sighs. Ah, it's gone. It must have gotten deleted. I was going to show you the post. Deleted posts are something moderators can still see. I should be able to read the post under my account. And I have to admit, my curiosity is definitely piqued. I take out my own cell phone, finally turning it back on. I'm bombarded with a ton of missed phone calls and a bunch of notifications from Snappic. They're all from CAINE, trying to reach me, of course. I ignore the notifications and browse to Daisy Dots. There's a section for members to post their introductions, but also their farewells. It's the first place I check out for any deleted posts. And there is one from Manenemy 628, the same account I saw before. Found it, I say breathlessly. Huh, really? Then go read it, Kevin urges me on. The title is I'm Sorry. Finally, I click the link and read the deleted post. This will be my final post. I'm a troll, you all know this, especially the staff know this. When I found this website, I was a genuine member under a different username. I typed up a post about something I made, a piece of jewellery, but it wasn't very popular. It didn't get any responses. In fact, I only got a single reply to my creation. It was a mod telling me I posted it in the wrong place and that I should read the rules. I admit I was a bit embarrassed, but it also explained why no one was commented in the first place. It was in the wrong forum after all, no? I followed the rules and posted it again in the right place. It still got no replies. Instead, that same moderator told me I shouldn't have posted the same thread twice, that they were moving the original thread to the right place already, and I should have been patient. My second post, and again a staff member pointed out something I did wrong. When no one replied to my thread either, I got angry. A day later, that same moderator posted her own thread with pictures of her work. She got a bunch of adoring fans sucking up to her. I couldn't take it. I was pissed off. I made a new account with the sole purpose of flaming her work. None of the things I wrote were true. Everything that was typed was done so out of anger and envy. I hated seeing her getting all of this attention, even though when I tried to seek the same attention, I got nothing but silence in return. I was jealous and envied her work. I convinced myself I thought she had no talent, that she was a sham. I continued to send her PMs filled with atrocities about her work and herself. She and the other staff members would ban me, but I would simply create a new account. Honestly, I had nothing else to do. I spent most of my time on the internet because real life sucked. My bullies from high school continued to make my life a living hell in college as well. I had no friends, it was depressingly lonely. I was just going through the motions day by day, hoping that maybe, perhaps, this day they won't show up. The internet was my only escape, where I felt just a little bit more powerful than my real self. The only thing I had going for me was a little bit of talent for making jewelry, and even that got ignored. I was angry at the world for ignoring me. I was angry at the world for letting the bullies get away with it and making me feel powerless. So I took whatever opportunity I had to feel powerful again, to feel like I mattered. The bullied became the bully. I took out all my anger on this one innocent moderator. Everything that I bottled up inside, anything that went wrong that day, it felt good bringing her down with me. I never once stood still to think about the fact that I was saying this to another human being. To me, it was just some random person on the internet that I would never meet. Who cares what happens to them, right? That's what I honestly, truly thought. In this dark time of my life, I met someone. In fact, she caught me shoplifting. Yeah, I shoplift, big surprise there. But she tried to set me straight, and for some reason, she stuck up for me when no one else would. I got a slight glimpse of friendship. I've never had anyone care about me before. I spent many nights in bed wondering about her intentions. The more she inserted herself into my empty life, the less I felt alone, and the less I trolled. You may have noticed periods where it was quiet and I didn't show up to make all of your lives miserable. That's because of her. Nevertheless, my life still wasn't some gigantic happy rainbow. Whenever I had a bad day, I'd go back to trolling the staff again, telling this moderator to kill herself. My friend helped me out just when I felt alone in the world again. She was determined to get things working out for me, and yeah, she did help. By a lot. I basically stopped going onto your forum by then. I wasn't really angry anymore. In fact, things were looking up. I had friends, I wasn't lonely, and people were recognizing my talent. Then one particularly crappy day, my former tormentor decided to beat the shit out of me. She saw all of it. I've never felt more humiliated and insignificant than in that moment. And for some reason, she didn't leave me. She saw the pathetic loser I really was, and she held me in her arms. Truly, I don't deserve her kindness. I still lurk here every now and then, but I stopped posting. A couple of days ago, the moderator I trolled uploaded some pictures of her dresses. Imagine my horror when I recognized the dresses. I helped her with those dresses. There are too many words to describe how I felt at that time. Sorrow, dread, shock, regret, fear, shame, anger, embarrassment. I could write a dictionary, but the strongest feelings were definitely disgust, shame, and regret. The one person that helped me out, the girl that became pretty much the most important person in my life, is the one I've been trolling online. What excuse do I even have? I'm just like my former harassers, hurting those around me for no good reason. She was just supposed to be some faceless stranger on the internet that I could yell at to feel better, but she's not. She's never been faceless. She's human with her own feelings and thoughts, and I stomped on her repeatedly. I kicked her while she was down. I'm a monster, and I have no excuse for what I've done. I deeply regret my actions. I'm sorry for all the things I have said. I wish I could take them back, but I can't. What's done is done. You deserve so much better. I know this is a long shot, but I hope you can forgive me. Goodbye. I reread it, and then I read it again for a third. It's a long thread, that's not. An outbreak of emotions fight inside of me. They all feel so conflicted with one another. I'm so messed up. Tears start streaming down my cheeks. I can't hold them back anymore. What's wrong? Sarah asks. What did he write? I hand the phone to Sarah and put her hand to my mouth and squeeze my eyes shut. My tears are so salty. It hurts so damn much right now. My entire body aches. I feel so betrayed, so angry. I don't know how to stop feeling like this. Why did it have to be you, CAINE? Why were you my enemy? Why couldn't it have been Kevin, as I suspected all along? I'm in love with him, but I hate him for what he's done to me. Why did I have to fall in love with you, who could be so cruel, like a monster? I would have been better off never meeting CAINE at all. Are you going to respond? Kevin looks at me with a sad expression. I shake my head. No, I've got a show to run. I can't afford to think about this right now. But it's CAINE, he argues weakly. Exactly, because it's CAINE. I wipe away my tears. Do you know how much this hurts right now? Kevin says nothing, only giving me a sympathetic look. I'm sure he's really regretting it. Give me a second to catch up. This is like a damn memoir, Sarah huffs. Oh, I need to get ready for tomorrow. I just can't right now. There, I read it. Sarah hands me back my phone. I quickly turn it off. I don't need any more distractions. Okay, that's, wow. I don't know what to say. Look, we all know CAINE by now. Do you really think he... I don't want to hear it, I say, quickly cutting off Kevin. He made his bed, now he can lie in it. He isn't any different than his bullies. I huff out loud. The nerve of him, berating Chelsea in my story about putting her down when he had been doing the exact same thing to me. My anger is reaching its boiling point, threatening to explode. He's just a damn hypocrite. My words, I spit out. I had no idea CAINE could secretly be an online troll. Sarah doesn't look all too happy finding out either. Do you think he knew it was you? It says in the post he only found out when Valkii posted the pictures online, so no, I don't think he knew up until a week ago, Kevin quickly points out. Does it even matter? I retort. Either way, it's hurtful. Can't deny that, Sarah agrees with me. So what now? Are you not going to talk to him anymore? That's the plan. Not even to hear him out? Kevin suggests. I read his post, didn't I? I don't think that's the same thing as a face-to-face conversation. I put a hand up to my temple. This is giving me a headache. Look, do you think you can leave me alone for a while? I'll see you tomorrow at the show, okay? Sarah chews on her lip, looking a little conflicted on what to do. Alright, call me if you need anything. Sarah spins on her heel and starts walking towards the entrance, but Kevin is still standing in front of me. It seems he doesn't know what to say. Are you really never going to talk to him again? I look away from him. At least right now I won't, is my indecisive answer. Alright, but please hear him out. I'm sure he's got a lot to say to you. Kevin bows out and follows Sarah, the both of them leaving my boutique. I take in a shaky breath as I clutch the phone in my hands. Okay, I will see you in the next one.